Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on this game. A new video in general. And the return of my voice. Very cool, I know. So, if you didn't know, this is the unplanned release of Sonic.EXE update 2.5/3. I'm just gonna play through it. So the mod was cancelled for multiple reasons that are not for me to get into, obviously. So what I figured I would do in this is just play through the mod and talk about things. First off, I'm sure a lot of people share this sentiment, but it's very sad to see this mod go. Although, I'm not upset or angry with anyone that it was cancelled. I know the reasons, whatever they may be, are good ones. I'm sure, from what I know, there was just a lot of stuff going on in terms of drama and within the dev team, all sorts of stuff. And so, everyone basically said it was better to shelve the mod and just kinda let it die and move on. And who am I to judge? Right? Those people have lives. They clearly wanted to do. This was clearly eating up at that. And eventually it does get to a point, I would imagine, where it's okay, well, I don't want to work on this. This is, you can lose passion for a project. It can just, the mental strain it puts on you can just be too much. And sometimes it's just better to stop working on something. Or, in some cases, it's good to take a break if it's something you are still super passionate about and you think is worth continuing to work on. Well, I'm sure there was passion, it's just, I think everyone working on it could agree that it's probably not worth it to continue because of how much stress it's bringing everyone involved. Charting to this song, as well as obviously new sprites. And something doesn't feel right, so but something doesn't feel right, so if you excuse me, I'll be right back. And we're back. That was probably very seamless for you, but I just, I did what I must. It doesn't feel right playing this without Garfield. Considering, that's kind of how I started this mod in the first place. Anyways, you can't run. I'm not too certain on the charting, but new sprites, new health icon, and some other updates to the pixel art part of this song. Now, I just hope Garfield That does look like me charting there, actually. Now I just hope Garfield can power me up enough to get to FC this song, because I have not played this game a whole lot. For a while, I kind of just stopped playing it. So I'm not as good as I used to be. As if I were ever any good. And health icon changes and alternate sprites when we're done with the pixel part. And the addition to the pixel part was updated note graphics and a Sonic 1 HUD, I'm pretty sure that was. And now, with all the sprites, he looks really pissed. So it says I have a combo break, but as you can see, my combo is still going. That's just because I hit a shadow note, or like a ghost note, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Anyways, there's that. Great song, by the way. All the music in this mod is really good. I will say that. And now, yeah, after play Triple Trouble, I'll probably fail miserably. Because, you know, I mean, well, I don't think I'll fail. I'm sure I'll beat the song. I'm just not expecting myself to do very well. The jump scares, I think, were changed to show up more. And I think they stay on, they fade away now, slower. They stay on screen longer. As well. Which I like. I think that's a good addition. Because I don't think it's overdone. I'm sorry if I go silent here, I'm just trying to focus. I'm sure my clicky-clacky keyboard loves to go clicky-clacky. I can't think of a single time where it doesn't love to go clicky-clacky, to be honest. New health icon. I'm not sure if there's any sprite changes. In this song. But I know, I don't know how to say his name. I just know Sonic.EXE has the new sprites. Or a new health icon. But I think that's maybe apart from charting and the background. And maybe character placement. think that's the only difference in this version. Again, this song very good. I almost feel like Knuckles is louder, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. This song is so long. If you want to see me, like, actually play this song well, I'm not doing too bad right now, but I think in my video of update 2 that I have, I did pretty decent there too. I think I got minimal misses, but I don't know if I did very well when it comes to rings. I don't remember too well. Oh hey, that section is hittable now. At least for me. I always had trouble hitting the very end of Sonic's second part of the song. Because the jump scare would show up and it would obstruct my view and I couldn't see the notes. Anyways, whilst there's a bit of an easier part, I do want to say that this mod and the work people put into it is incredible to see. And a big takeaway for me, personally, is just like, people really can do amazing things if they have the passion for it. And if they have the drive and wish to work on it. Obviously, I'm not saying the devs of this mod are awful because they didn't finish the mod. They can still do amazing things that don't relate to this, as long as they have the passion to. That's my point. Also, I just realized I think the timer changes based on whose part it is, which is really cool. But, like, as long as you have the passion and drive and you aren't harming yourself in any way, like mentally, over something, then I think that a lot of things are achievable that people wouldn't believe are achievable unless they try. Like, I think people who look at mods and go, I want to make a funny mod for the funny Friday Night Funkin' video game that I see on the YouTube or whatever. I think if that's really something you're interested in, I think it is achievable. I mean, of course, you have to have the ability to do that. Like, it's not, and I don't mean like, oh, you have to have the talent to make art or the talent to make music. What I mean is you have to have, like, unfortunately, in order to be able to program something like this, you have to have the tools necessary. Anyways, we're just gonna play Encore before we go into the free play songs. Too Slow Encore is the only Encore song that's available. It's the only one that is finished and is playable. But like, let's say you have the tools necessary to make music for a mod that you want to make and all that stuff, then I think it's achievable. I mean, that it may not be the best thing ever, and I think that is another barrier when it comes to making anything or doing a lot of stuff, is getting over the fact that you are passionate when it comes to making something, but getting over the fact that you may not be the best at it is difficult. Like, to put into an example, if I wanted to make art for a game, or mod for this, or whatever, first I need the tools necessary, and let's say I do. Well then, I would have to overcome the fact, or me personally anyways, I would have to overcome the fact that I'm not the best artist. So people may not like how my art looks. And that can be difficult, but I think it's difficult to accept that and continue to push on. I stopped holding up. It's very sad. But like, if I wanted to, okay, on to the free play songs. I'm just gonna play through everything. Let's kick it off with Endless, the newer version of Endless. New health icons. And again, the timer bar is new. But, for me, personally, I find it difficult to get over the fact that I'm not the best at something. Like, I find it to be a barrier. Like, if I want to do something, it's hard for me to realize and accept the fact that I'm not the best at it, and that people may not like it, or I may not be good at it. And so, that keeps me away from doing it, even though it's something I really want to do. And I think once you can get past that barrier, if you haven't, then a lot of stuff becomes achievable. Like making art for a game, or a cartoon, or whatever, anything that you want to work on, really. Cool tidbit here, the infinity, the bar, the time, now says infinity, and there is no finish bar. Very cool. I think so anyways, like, that just makes so much sense. Because fun is infinite. Anyways, back to my rambling. Basically, long story short, as long as you can overcome the hurdles, anything is achievable. The mental hurdle, the tool hurdle, you have to be able to have the tools necessary. You have to be able to realize that your passion for this outweighs the negativity that people might, the negative things people might say about the end product. And sometimes that's just difficult, and I understand that. But I think, realistically, if you want to do something like this, even if it's just to a lesser extent, I think it's possible for anyone to do something like this. As long as you put the work in, I think it's possible. As long as you, just put the effort into it. You don't have to be the best at something to do something. I think that's very important to realize, but it's also hard to acknowledge and realize. You don't have to be the best artist to make art. There's a lot of people out there who draw and make art, and they're passionate about it, but they aren't necessarily the best artists. I'm not going to say who the best artist is, but if I were to make art and I were passionate about it, I wouldn't be the best artist. But I don't have to be the best artist to make art. I don't have to be the best at drawing to draw. I don't have to be the best musician to make music. I don't have to be the best sculptor to make sculptures. Or the best painter to make paintings. You don't have to be the best to do something. All you have to do is do it. And I think realizing that is very important. Albeit hard, difficult, don't get me wrong, but important. But something else I will say is, just because you do love working on something, if you are getting tired of working on said thing, then it is okay to take breaks. Because sometimes burning yourself out of something is way worse than taking a break. Because burnout could last for ages, right? You could take a week break, and sure, that sounds like a long time or may feel like a long time, but if you completely burn yourself out, you could take a month away from working on something that you love. So, there's another tidbit for me, I guess. But, again, you know, enough rambling, honestly. I should stop telling people what's important and how to do things. I should more so talk about this mod and how great it is. I'm pretty sure most every character that was in the previous version of this has new health icons, except for Tails Doll. Tails Doll, I think, might be the only character without new health icons. But everyone else, I'm pretty sure, does. Lord X, I think the idle animation. I can't speak. The idle animation loops better, I think. I've always thought Lord X looked good though in this mod. All the art in this mod is stellar, of course. But Lord X, I've always thought, at least since his arc got updated to look like this from version 1, I've always thought he looked good. Anyways, so far, obviously I haven't finished this build, and I'll do a more in-depth, talk about it afterwards, I think, a closing, final thoughts, basically. But I liked the original version of this mod. I liked the Sunky update when they added Sunky. I thought that was fun. I liked Update 2 with Fleetway and Sonic, and Lord X's redesign with Cycles, and You Can't Run, Triple Trouble. I thought those were good. Well, I think I said Tails Doll, but this mod I have enjoyed since it first released. I was young when Sonic.EXE first broke out onto the scene. And he was because obviously I learned about him from the spooky video game. That was really scary. It was so spooky. You see, the joke is there. Sonic.exe was spooky, maybe, at first. But you look at it now and it's just really bad. No, although I think it's cool. I think the game is cool, and I think the creators of the game, they did great with what they were working on, right? But it's not as spooky, because you look back at it now and it's just kind of jump scare fest. But back in the day, that was the scariest thing. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's. I forget when Sonic.exe the game came out. I don't remember, but I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's is literally just a jump scare fest. Also, this is new, by the way. But Five Nights at Freddy's is just a jump scare fest. I mean, that's a lot of what made it spooky. But now stuff like that isn't spooky anymore. So, Sonic.EXE, the game, when it came out, was popular. It was made popular by people playing it on the internet. You had Markiplier, he played it. And he seems to play a lot of horror games and make them very popular. But a lot of people played Sonic.EXE when it had come out, because it was like, oh my goodness, creepypasta, and well, Slender Man was huge. Everyone loved Slender Man, and he was a creepypasta. So people see Sonic.EXE and they're like, creepypasta, 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 woo! And they're like, let's play this new creepypasta game. Also, yes, this is new. An unfinished song, but spooky. But it's like, let's play this creepypasta game. And it's like, yeah, okay. And then people played it, and it was like, spooky at the time. But, you know, now it's not as spooky as it used to be, but Sonic.EXE got so popular because of all the artwork about it, and the people playing the game, and people saw it and made Sonic.EXE fan games, and, or, like, their own spin on Sonic.EXE, which a lot of these, some of these are. Some of these are spins on the original, and some of these are like their own EXE, not necessarily a spin. I won't even say some of these are spins on the original. I mean, I don't think I'm obviously not knowledgeable enough to know, but people would make their own Sonic.EXE game, or their own EXE, their original EXE, which a lot of these are, obviously. Fleetway Super Sonic is not, or Fleetway Sonic in general, and neither is Tails Doll. And not all of them are, but some of them are. A lot of them are. Or Modern Sonic also is. But a lot of them are original EXEs that people make, which is crazy to see, because I doubt anybody who made Sonic.EXE would have thought it would get this popular. Especially because it's a creepypasta. A lot of creepypastas don't get super popular. I mean, you have cases like Slender Man. Although Slender Man got done dirty. And some other cases that I'm struggling to think of. Yeah, I'm struggling to think of creepypastas that get super popular. I guess like Jeff the Killer, all the old stuff. Jeff the Killer, Slender Man, Sonic.EXE. I think another notable one, Been Drowned, and you know, Lavender Town from Pokemon, a whole bunch of other stuff. But those are all like ones that I know. Oh, I guess we're playing this bad boy windowed. Oh, fun. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Ooh. This is... I can't say this is the easiest song I've ever played. As long as they're not in the way of my notes at the top, I'll be fine. I'm not gonna work to remove every single error or every single pop-up. Whew. Okay, maybe removing the pop-ups is more important than I initially thought. Oh my god, he's moving my window. Well, alrighty then. I hope you all like all my funny apps that I have on my computer. I've never actually played Fatality, so that was my first time playing that song. That was interesting. I totally forgot where I was. Oh, I was talking about... how Sonic.EXE got so insanely popular. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see Especially creepypastas, because creepypastas don't normally blow up, at least not to the extent. And I think on the topic of creepypastas, it's only right for me to share my favorites. I've always thought the Godzilla NES creepypasta was always interesting, but that's probably because I'm a big fan of Godzilla, so... So seeing Godzilla stuff always makes me giddy, because I'm a 2-year-old when it comes to that, I guess. But yeah, it's cool to see Sonic.EXE. I think I didn't really know much about the EXE community until this mod actually popped up. I mean, obviously, I knew Sonic.EXE existed, but I wasn't like... It was not on my radar. Sonic.exe was not on my radar again until the original version of this mod popped up, and I was like, oh my goodness, I remember this. This used to scare me. So playing through it kinda brought me back to Sonic.exe, and it made me interested in it again. And so I know a lot more about EXE now and all sorts of other stuff. But I think it's really cool how Sonic.exe has kinda lived on.
Scrambling your own plans, don't you?
Uh-oh. Sonic died, question mark? Sonic ceased existence? Inquiry? Anyways, I'm like concentrating, but at the same time, I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. EXE being popular. To put it short, it's cool to see that EXE is still around. Sonic.EXE is still around, and that there's still a community there. Because you don't see a lot of stuff that kind of like Sonic.EXE, not necessarily creepypastas, but just like it, in the sense of how it started, remain with the level of popularity. I'm so focused because no health. Also, I like how it looks like the timer bar, like you're running out of time, kinda. Like it starts out looking like it's full. This song doesn't work as far as I'm aware. So we'll just go into Needle Mouse, which is a very cool kind of take on things. Definitely watch Needle Mouse on the YouTube. I think that kind of wraps up the EXE being popular discussion that I was having. Oh, I just want to say, Fatality, very good song. I like the song. The pixel art was really, really good. Pray, I like that song. And again, pixel art looks great. Fighter Flights, the song is good and the art is really good. This song is good, the art looks great. Another great song with great art. Sunky. Also windowed. You know what? I'll just leave it there. You can say hello to the right side of my computer applications. I think Sunky looks a lot better. I think it's funny how boyfriend has a spoon. And I think this version of Milk is a better song than the older version of Milk. Although older Milk definitely has its funny tidbits. This Milk is better, for sure. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Oh. Uh-oh. He occasionally sunks. Yay, Sunky. Back to full screen. Anyways, Sunky, always great. We always love Sunky. Now time for the Lord. Sonic Hedgehog. No, and Garfield's back. That's right, I forgot he was here. Sonic has a completely new song and a new health icon. Well, Sonic has a completely remade song, like remastered, I guess. You see, this is the Sonic I remember. Fucking a shit poster. I said swear, I feel so awful now. But I mean, that's just the Sonic I know and love. And This is true Sonic. Brawl Sonic's voice lines were the most... It was so mean. Brawl Sonic was so mean.
Hey, we should do this again sometime.
I agree. So that's clearly the best song in the mod. Honestly, Cold Steel, the Hedgehog with Personnel. I shouldn't even have to play this because
nothing personnel, King.
Oh, I did not hit that because I mean, Too Fast is just peak. You don't get better than Too Fast. This white background does nothing for my eyes. It actually probably hurts them more than it helps them. But I mean...
Do not steal. Shut up. Fingerless gloves look badass.
Oh yeah, I mean, swearing was inevitable, I forgot. Swearing was inevitable in this video, because I mean, Cold Steel, he doesn't hold back, man. Cold Steel does not hold back. He'll insult you and your mother. Yo, Seinfeld and art change.
Give me back my fucking shiny Moltres. Anyways, check this out.
Again, Cold Steel doesn't hold back. He doesn't pull any punches. Sorry, I can't speak. Yeah, follow Cold Steel on new grounds. He deserves it. Anyways, those were the two best songs in the mod. Right there. Not actually. I'm not gonna sit here and argue best songs and worst songs, or like best art and worst art. That's not fair to anyone. I think each song is good in its own way, and the art looks good. I think each song is good, and the art and all of these songs, what was that so hard to think of? Look good. All in all, I think it's sad to see this mod go. I think it's really sad that it got canceled. That really sucks, but I wish everyone who worked on it the best going forward. They all had perfectly fine and valid reasons to cancel it. I don't hold anything against the devs. Although, what I will say is that if you are upset with the devs or harassing them or anything to get them to finish this stuff, don't. That's awful. The devs clearly don't want to work on this anymore. You shouldn't, like, bully them into working on it. That's awful. So, play what there is. There will be a link to the mod in the description. There always is. But, I didn't know the music just stopped at some point. Oh, and there it is. But play the mod. There's a link to it in the description. There always is. And please, if you like the art in this mod, or you like the music in this mod, then follow the creators on Twitter or wherever you can find them. And keep up to date with what they're doing. If you like the music, then follow the musician. If you like the art, then follow the artist. I obviously am not a wealth of info. Some of the credits were on some of the songs. They weren't on all of them. I couldn't tell you who worked on every single thing. But I'm sure you should just make sure that you follow the artists and the musicians if you like the art and music. I think that wraps this up. It was a wild ride, a great mod. Everything that I was able to play of it has been great, and I'll be back with another video at some point. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make sure to check out the mod and support all the devs in their future endeavors. And I hope you have a good day. Peace.